Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Mike and we are not in my train room. We are actually standing in my kitchen going through my York haul, as you would call it, and my October train collecting haul. So majority of what I've bought in October is up in the kitchen right now as I'm cataloging it and getting ready to find a spot for it in the basement or in my storage unit. So we will start with York. So York, it's Christian and I's first trip to York. We just joined a TCA this year. We've been into O-scale train collecting for 5 years. And, you know, we did N-scale for many years, as a lot of you know. And we started collecting Marklin HO this month and Z-scale this month. I've wanted to start in both of those. And we also do some G. So you're going to see a variety of things here. Majority is going to be O, though. So York, great experience. Met a lot of great people, as I said last night when I got home from York. So we've had a lot of great experiences collecting here in St. Louis and going to Chicago train shows, which are not as big as York, but there are 4 buildings and parking lot sales. So sort of reminds me of that, just not TCA. But it's mainly all O. And we go there. We do a lot of shopping at our local train town here, and a lot of online shopping and eBay, and attend a couple auctions and estate sales. So all sorts of means, and York was our biggest train show we've ever gone to. And I have sort of mixed reviews on it. I did like the seeing all the stuff, and I was expecting more modern, because typically that's what I like to collect the most. And on the parking lot sales, there wasn't a whole lot of modern, but there were some great deals. I actually think the deals were better on the modern at the parking lot sales than going through the halls at York. There's a few good deals here and there, but like new cab forwards, you could get them for $1,500. I already have 2 cab forwards. And I did get a good deal on a BNSF coal set for like $685, which I'll show you that here in a second. So worth going to York for the experience for sure. But the thing that I have learned is there's more than one of everything made, and waiting for your right time to buy that item is really important. Especially if you don't have unlimited income and you're trying to make a massive or sizable collection. It's worth waiting for the right deal to get the items that you want. And it seems like a lot of people were pretty proud of what they had. You can definitely tell some of them are out of touch with the reality of what some of this really should sell for. And some of them were pretty reasonable, and some of them were overly reasonable, and we'll talk about a few of those where they were just exceptional deals. So let's flip the camera around and take a look. So the first item that Christian and I found was this Hiawatha passenger set. Second time we've purchased this. The first time we purchased it without boxes because it was one of the best ones we found, and we picked it up for about 350 bucks. This one, the guy was unloading it out of his van as I was walking by with Tom and John and Christian, and we all sort of took notice of the big box, and it said the Hiawatha, and we all knew what that was. So I asked him the condition. He said brand new, and it was indeed brand new. We inspected the locomotive, which those tend to be troublesome with the pitting and paint chipping, and the vestibules didn't have any scratches on them. The metal on the bottom of the cars wasn't warped. So this has been the best set I've seen condition-wise, and he had $475 on it. I made him an offer for $400, and he said, hey, how about $425? And I was like, I'll take it. And then I saw ones at York ranging in price from $475 to $800, which I was pretty amazed. And I'm glad I did find this set first, because this was in the best shape of any of them I saw at York. So that was purchase number 1. Purchase number 2 was a bulk purchase. So yeah, this aluminum Station Sounds Diner car, Norfolk and Western, and these 2 Norfolk and Western add-on cars, and these Santa Fe Shark Nose, you know, pretty much brand new, newer release. You can see the date there, and these typically sold for $899 to $1,000. This guy, because I bought the 2 cars, and he had $195 on the 2-car set, he had $195 on the Station Sounds Diner, and he had $499 on this. And it ended up being $470 for these, $150 for these, and $150 for that. So that was my first pretty sizable purchase, and all at a great deal. And that definitely is hard to beat. $470 for 2 Legacy Sharknose Santa Fe's. I had been really watching those to wait to see if the price dropped on them some before I pulled the trigger. And these were brand new in box still. I had to cut the seal open just to look at them once I bought them, because I wasn't going to cut it open unless I was buying them. And these still have the twisties on the trucks. So good deal there. Probably one of the things I felt the best about as far as a purchase goes. And crazy good deal. So the next purchase we made was 2 Hess fire trucks, $10 each. We collect Hess trucks, so, you know, just a side thing. Then we found a couple Hot Wheels. Christian took his to his mom's and found that guy for $5. Pretty cool. Then we went to, oh wait, let's go up here. We found LGB G-scale caboose with smoking lights for $40. Great Northern. That matches our Great Northern locomotive that we have a passenger set for. So we can now have a freight consist behind that locomotive with a caboose. So excited about that for $40. Then we left and went to the Firehouse show. And at the Firehouse show, you know, I was talking to a few gentlemen, and they had some O-gauge and they had some Marklin, and I thought they knew a lot about Marklin, but they apparently didn't know enough about the items they had, because they sold me this electric locomotive and this locomotive and this set here, along with all this catenary setup. A lot of pieces here, and they'll actually function. That's one thing I like about Marklin. You can actually run that electric locomotive through the catenary system. And a couple switches. $330. And these are digital with sound. And they thought, I guess they were just regular. They didn't bother to check them out or didn't know about them. One or the other, I got a good deal on them. Because that engine by itself is worth $300 if with sound and digital. So, and this is all die cast, just beautiful. And if you all didn't know, Marklin is third rail. It has a little bit different than Lionel and MTH in that, but it has that little pin system in there that shoe runs across, and that's how it powers the locomotives. So pretty cool stuff. Been around a long time, and they've used that technology for a long time. All right, so that was pretty much it on day one. The third show, I didn't buy anything. It was a lot of pre-war and lower end modern, older MPC modern, and some post-war. So no purchases. So the next day we go back to the same parking lot show, because I had looked at this set here, and I knew I wanted to buy it, and he gave me it for $125. It's a CSX Husky Stack set, and I wanted that because earlier in the month I bought this CSX Husky Stack train, brand new in the box. So I've been collecting the cars for it. And those are perfect to go with it. Then we bought this Dash 8 Amtrak to go with my Amtrak bi-level aluminum 7-car set. It's TMCC with Cruise, so Odyssey I should say. So it runs pretty good, not quite as good as Legacy, but Amtrak's not one of my main lines, so I don't buy a whole bunch of stuff that's pricey in Amtrak just because it's sort of one of those side things. They're not ultra concerned about having all the coolest stuff because it's just more for decoration and to run every once in a while. Then this was the absolute deal of the show. Such a great deal on this. I was just like about fell over. Still sealed in box, and it's the Burlington Northern Coltrane set. And it's the tan and green with the black cars with the green Burlington symbol on them. And I found a coal tipple that would spin the car over that goes with this, and the guy was going to give it to me for 175 bucks, and that is an awesome price. Someone listening in ended up buying it when I didn't because they knew it was a great price, but I just don't have room for that on my layout. And it would have been another accessory that's large just sitting in a box taking up room. And I could have bought it to sell to someone else and make a little money off of it, but you know, just I had other stuff to spend my money on. Then what else? That was mainly it. When we went back the second day, just picked up those couple things, and I picked up Wes's Amtrak set, I guess. And then when we went to York, it started out pretty slow. I went through the first 2 hauls, and this is the only thing I bought. And it runs. 1980s Stomper 4x4 cement truck. $2. And the body alone is worth about 20 bucks. The only thing it's missing is the white front bumper. And the body's in very good shape. But I'm an 80s kid, 70s and 80s kid. I like my toys, so I bought that little guy. Carried it around through 2 hauls without any trains. It was pretty funny. Then, I guess on the 4th haul we visited, Christian found those 2 Steam Era Classics cars, Union Pacific box cars for like 40 bucks each. And Tom bought 3, so we ended up getting them like $37 each or something with the discount we got. And then Christian got a Vulcan tank car and a flat car with a bass boat because his stepdad and him like to go bass fishing, and they have a bass boat. And so that was really cool. He got a kick out of that car there. Then the only other purchases I made at York were this from the TCA, this gondola BNSF with graffiti for 49 bucks because the box is all chewed up. Great deal. And I got the other BNSF Coltrane set, which ended up costing me $685, which was an exceptional deal. Second lowest priced one was $725. Then someone else had one for $775. And I was looking at this set online a bunch of times, just never pulled the trigger, and I'm glad I didn't because I got a great deal on it. So that is all my York stuff. Then on the way to York, stopped at Pat's Trains. Those are those plated 2 different road number Santa Fe Railway Express Agency reefers. Then down here we have the plated B unit, the plated A unit that's powered, and another unpowered plated Santa Fe B unit. And I got a BNSF War Bonnet GP60M to go with this GP60B Atlas I bought this month, which is unpowered and it's cabless, which is really cool. Then I got a New York Central flat car with container set from an auction. 6 cars total, all different road numbers. MTH Premier. Got this at a local train show, Amtrak F40PH with command control in it. Good little runner, no cruise though. Then this is my big purchase. One of the pricier ones. I found this whole set. This is a New York Central Hudson, but it's a New York Central and STL. So, and it's Pro 2 3-volt, and it's a set that came with two car passenger trains, and the cars are colored like a brown and cream, which is really cool. And then I found the 2-car add-on set that matched it, that isn't, you know, one of the ABCDs. This is from a later set that MTH released. That there was a 5-car set, and the 5-car set was at York for $500. I'd almost thought about buying it, but I didn't really need an extra observation car. And I already have these 6 cars. So now I just need to find the remainder of that set, which should be another 2-car set and a single car maybe. We already saw the CSX. We have 2 21-inch aluminum Santa Fe passenger cars to add on to my 21-inch high-level set. These are the lower ones, so if you're building the Super Chief, it had some regular passenger cars and the high levels. So I got that, and I did find the baggage car, but I'm not really satisfied with the baggage car's condition, so I'll probably return it. Found a Kansas City Southern caboose, which is very hard to find and very expensive typically. Got all 3 cars at a great deal. I think I paid just over 200 bucks, and a caboose sells for $250 to $300 by itself all day long. So I thought that was a good deal. Then there's the digital set for my Marklin stuff. It's like running DCC or like, you know, Lionel legacy system, but in the Marklin world. Then this is one I'm really excited about. There was a Marklin lot for sale. It was 5 of the Marklin Z-scale suitcases. And someone built this little handmade wooden box that has a train set in it as well that's Z. So picked all these up for, with shipping, like $1,600-ish. I wouldn't know, a little over that because there was auction fees. So probably closer to like $1,700. And a couple of them are a little rough, but this one set alone sells for about $2 grand brand new. The leather briefcase set, and this is the only one that came with a little train that runs on it. Normally you got to buy the train separately anyway, so you buy the layout and then you got to buy the trains, and it runs on a 9-volt battery, so I'll be able to run that at train shows. That will be a good little attention getter, and people like to see little miniature things that you know actually function, and they actually look pretty decent. So pretty cool find there. Then I found Pro Z. This is Japanese modular train layout, and it is really cool. It's all LED lit. I found 2 controllers, and I found 5 modules that all plug together. So you can run it. That's the main module that are like the left and the right. And then you plug in as many other modules as you want. So there's the corner ones, then there's the straight ones with a river and a bridge. So I found 5 pieces total, and that was a stellar deal. Like just this set right here typically sells for $500, $600, and I got the whole thing shipped for about 800 bucks. So not a bad deal there. Then I got a 3rd rail New York Central Hudson to add to my Hudson collection. Different number altogether, 5294. Runs good, has TMC and smoke. Great deal on that guy at $380. Then last, we'll run down here real quick. I got 14 Marklin locomotives. I didn't get them all out of the box, but these are all die cast, high quality. And I started collecting Marklin just this month because I had been researching it and seeing a lot of unique style locomotives. And I like the history behind Marklin. They have a reputation for quality. And, you know, if you like trains, you like trains. And, you know, you get a lot of styles that, of locomotives. I mean, like, look at that guy, that just aren't available in the United States. And that's a red locomotive in that box. It's amazing. Then we have this guy, and I didn't get them all out. I got about 50 pieces of rolling stock that's all brand new in box. Their passenger cars are aluminum for their HO, so they're like really good passenger cars. There's more locomotives down in here and some other sets. And that is my October. That was a long video. And the only thing I didn't show you is I have the Southern Pacific tank train that's a 2-powered SD40Ts, I think, and like 7 cars, and then 2 3-car add-on sets. Then I found Station Sounds Diner for the New York Central High Level and the Amtrak High Level, and the 2-packs for those two. So, had a really good October. And I'm not going to be able to keep up this pace spending-wise, because this was a big budget this month. But that's where we started. Now I have to decide what I'm going to put in my storage unit, what I'm going to try to fit downstairs. And that is it for my York finds in October train collecting. So have a good night. See ya.